clouds. What's up, everybody? It's us. Shouts out to everybody on camera in here. We love you guys. What up? Cover 4. We've got a full staff in here.
9:20 in the morning.
Wednesday morning. Getting close to the game.
It's not as exciting when they've lost 3 in a row. But, I mean, there's...
You can't get hyped for the Eagles?
Maybe as the week goes along.
Eagles green today.
What is this, David?
It's just green. There's only so many colors, okay? Like, don't do me like that.
I do like that.
Here we go. Let's go into the news of the day. And with all the injuries that we've seen going on, TYRONE CRAWFORD is one that's not going to recover. He's moving to IR. And Barry, you've played with TYRONE. He's been around a long time, done a lot for this organization. But this is, I don't know, it just kind of feels like you're getting maybe more closer to the end than the beginning here.
It could be. I mean, like you said, he's went through a lot of injuries. He suffered the Achilles injury as well, came back, battled from that. And this hip, I've heard he's been dealing with since last year. So they're going to go get it cleaned up. Hopefully he can make it come back maybe next year. But yeah, it's a tough loss for this team.
I remember 2 years ago, he said he basically played the whole season with one shoulder, that his other arm was just destroyed, but he played through it. This is a tough guy. You can't question his toughness. He came back last week, but I am afraid to see how they're going to replace that versatility on this line.
Big opportunity for Tristan Hill. A lot of people have been wanting to see the rookie. He's been inactive for most of the season. Good chance for him to be on the game day roster. Sucks for TYRONE. Hopefully we'll see it next year.
But the big news of the day yesterday has nothing to do with the Cowboys. Has to do with Barry's former teammate, Jalen Ramsey, going to the Rams for a lot of picks. He got 2 first-rounders, a 4th-rounder, and I think this is great for the Jaguars as well, but he's in the NFC now.
Yeah, the Jags get the build for the future with their first-round picks. We finally got some, Jags highlights on there that are not negative. But, I mean, this is a good move for the Rams as well, I believe. I mean, they've struggled a little bit against the pass, and he can solidify at least one half of the field.
Is this going to be a good move for the Rams this season, though? And I only say that because their specific division, you have the 49ers and you have the Seahawks, who the Rams have already lost to. I think this is a future move for the Rams.
Forget the Rams, forget the Jaguars. It's a great move for the Cowboys is what I'm trying to say, because who else really wanted Jalen Ramsey? The Philadelphia Eagles and their atrocious secondary, which we will get into in a minute.
Lando Scandrick disrespect?
I am pumped that this dude is not in the NFC East. I mean, it would be fun if he was on the Cowboys, but that was never going to happen anyway. Not on the Eagles. That's worth celebrating.
That is true.
Just saying.
You kind of forget because it's been so long since
it's been rumored for months that the Eagles were trying to get that done.
Yep.
They didn't get it done. Go play in LA. That's great.
Have fun,
Good for you, Jalen.
All right, we're going to assess the NFC East and just take a look at where everybody is coming to this game. Obviously, the Eagles are the same record, so everything's on the line. Doug Peterson already told us this. But yeah, I want to hear what you guys are thinking about these teams right now. Dave, can you tell me your feelings about this Eagles team?
Yeah, I just kind of alluded to it. They're burnt toast.
Wow.
They have one of the worst secondaries in the NFL. They're way down, like 28th against the pass, giving up 280 yards a game, dealing with injuries. They brought back our guy Orlando Scandrick, like Taylor alluded to. I think the Cowboys can make hay in the passing game against these guys. That's what I'm looking for. There he is. There's the man himself.
People's champ.
That's if I got to know one thing about the Eagles right now is that they're not defending the pass very well. Something to watch.
Will Orlando be coming in here with like fire? Will he be laying low?
No,
he's definitely
fire.
He wants to make a statement.
He just got a
for sure.
pick 6 like 2 weeks ago. He is hot fire.
I know mixed feelings about Orlando. Like some days you catch him on a good day in the locker room. Other days he was the best guy to talk to. Like you just never know.
You never know.
He had his ups and his downs. He certainly did. Yes, he did.
All right, Barry, your thoughts on the Redskins?
Oh, the Redskins. So my thoughts on them are, at least we got one. At least we got one victory. I mean, we're not going to join the 0-16 club, the Rob Marinelli Lions. We're not going to join that team. Shouts out to Rod, that's my guy, but I had to throw it in there. Or the Browns in there too.
Be nice.
But they at least got one. I mean, they got a quarterback waiting in the wings that they drafted in the first round. So hopefully, he'll get some experience this season. But at least they got one. I mean, they can build some chips and maybe get 2 or 3 before the season ends. But
things are bad up there.
Yeah, it's pretty bad up there.
Like from literal top to bottom. It is not looking good.
It is bad up there.
What about the Giants, though? I mean, we kind of feel like, okay, you don't have to worry about them, but also they do some randomly really good things.
Yes,
what do we think?
Yes, and that is why I'm calling them the average Joes. Last time we looked at them, they had just come off that big Buccaneers win. Everyone was hyped on Daniel Jones. Since then, they've gone 1-2. They lost to the Patriots and the Vikings. Got a win against those hopeless Redskins, but I just still think that they are below average. I'm going to bump them to average because of the fact that you have Saquon Barkley and Evan Ingram coming back.
If we're looking for positives, again, rounding toward this Philly game, getting away from the Jets loss, this is a two-team race, right? We're talking Eagles and Cowboys.
Yeah, you're looking at a team with the Giants who are 2-4, but they're only technically one game out of first place in this division.
Do you buy that, though? Like, do you
No,
buy
because
it? That's what I'm
Barry
saying.
will remember back in 2015 when this team went on a 4-12 year. Sorry, Barry. That we won at the Redskins, and people were like, "We're only one game out."
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't buy that.
I do not buy the Giants as a legitimate division contender.
Not at all.
No, but they do.
Yeah, sure,
It's
and
important.
good for them.
Believe in yourself.
It's awesome.
Believe in yourself. Let's play fill in the blank, one of my favorite games, and I know the fans are really going to relate to this one, you guys. I feel blank that Tony Pollard has not been as involved as he was in the first 3 weeks.
So I feel, I mean, those shrugs to it. I mean, I think Zeke is in the game. He's doing what he can do. I don't know if Pollard can do that much to really lift this offense. It might be a change of pace, but we'll see. See what my boys think.
He's not the current answer to what everyone's sad about right now.
I don't know if he's like the cure-all, but he could be doing a little bit more than he is. Yeah, it was only 3 weeks ago we saw the guy get 100 rushing yards. We talked all through the spring and the summer about his abilities as a receiver. Haven't seen any of that. I don't think he necessarily fixes everything, but I would love to see a little bit more.
I just feel understanding about this, and the only reason I say understanding is because Zeke Elliott said the other day on Cowboys Hour, he called this guy a phenomenal football player, and he said that they're already practicing in practice things where they are both on the field. So I feel understanding about that because I'm ready to see that.
Yeah.
When you're not 21 points down in the first half.
Disappointed, because I want to see that. That sounds fun.
Tell me more about it.
Disappointed.
All right, blank needs to step up while Amari Cooper is out. Don't give me the obvious Michael Gallup. We all know that. Who else needs to step up? Because it's looking at this point like you may or may not have him on Sunday, leaning towards may not, unfortunately.
I have a different answer for this. I'm going to say Kellen Moore needs to step up while Amari Cooper is out. And I say that because of the fact we are still looking for this explosive offense that was there 3 games into this season. Looks to be missing now the past 3 games. Kellen Moore, show us what you got with Michael Gallup. Play a little bit more Tony Pollard.
That B-roll, which, hey, I already said I love Tony, but the B-roll we just saw, Devin Smith, if Cooper can't go.
B-roll is video, by the way.
He'll be active. They know. They're smart. They watch Cover 4. Devin Smith can take the top off of defense. He'll be active if Cooper can't go. If I can't say Michael Gallup, which is what I wanted to say.
Don't say it. We all know that.
If I can't say Gallup, I say Devin Smith.
I like that.
Yeah.
All right. This one is, we're mixing it up a little bit. 96th year from Disney starting. If you don't love Disney, then you're not welcome on this show.
Disney Plus, do we have to?
No, not Disney
subscribing?
Plus.
Okay.
Like that's
I don't have
coming up.
extra money in my paycheck.
Here
to
we go.
subscribe to
The
that.
Disney character that's most like Dak Prescott is blank.
I'm gonna go with Aladdin on this one. He was a 4th round pick. 4th round pick, he wasn't the top pick, he wasn't the 1st round overall kind of guy. Kind of like Aladdin, he was in the slums a little bit in the beginning, and then he rose to be like this, this prince, I'm all over the place with his help from his genie. So I'm saying Kellen Moore kind of helped Dak Prescott get to that ascension, that 3-0.
Looking for an excuse to
And then,
Dak.
he's Woody as well. And he's the Lion King as well. I think he's Aladdin, but we'll see what you guys think about
The
it.
Disney character I think Dak is most like is actually Dumbo. Yes, I said Dumbo not because of the nickname of Dumbo, but if you know the story of Dumbo, it actually relates a lot to Dak Prescott. They got this guy, he was a 4th round pick, he was behind Tony Romo and Kellen Moore, no one really gave him a chance. Then he came in 2016 and he completely re-energized this entire team. He went on a crazy streak of 11 games winning. I think Dak Prescott is like Dumbo. Let's get that entertaining value here again.
The answer is obviously Mulan, and I'll tell you.
You better say what you said in the text.
I will.
It's amazing.
Yes, Mulan is a woman, and that's fine, but go with me here because there's a terrible, evil army getting ready to invade his homeland, and Dak and his goofy sidekick, Ezekiel Elliott, Mushu, you get it? They have to whip shape a ragtag group into a formidable army to get the evil invading army out of here. I don't care if she's a woman. Dak is Mulan. You're welcome. All right.
Drop the mic.
Move it. Yeah. Mic's drop.
Or drop the sword.
I want you to tell Dak this in the locker room.
I wonder how that would go over. Okay.
All right, what he said, what he meant.
Yeah,
Jerry Jones has been in the headlines lately, as he always is, but this time it's for saying some things about the head coach. Here is what he said.
I have felt that we've got a lot invested in Jason Garrett. He's had a lot of years that he's been a part of the Cowboys, and he's evolved into what I think is a top coach. He would be a very sought-after coach if he were out here in the open market. So there's a lot of pluses there. He brings a lot to the table, and I can genuinely say that that is not a thought that I'm having, so it would be unfair to our fans for me to have any indication about what I may think the future is as far as a head coach. Everybody's aware that we're on the last year of his agreement, but that really just means that we can all sit down and take a look at things at the end of the year. That was the case when he had won the first 3 ball games, and still the case today after losing the last 3.
People always ask Jerry Jones these questions as if he's going to say something different, like why on earth would he undermine Jason Garrett's job security in the middle of the season? I don't buy it at all. The other thing is, we know how much Jerry Jones likes Jason Garrett. He views him, he wants him to be his Tom Landry, his 30-year coach. He's invested a lot of time and energy into that. He wants to be right about it. Until something drastically changes, which, by the way, they're only 500, not there yet. Until something drastically changes, that's obviously what he's going to say.
Yeah, and you're right, Dave. Jerry Jones is the ultimate salesman. We know this. We've heard it for years. This is a guy, the day before Taco was released, he was saying that they haven't given up on Taco. Yeah. So he has to say these things. And guys, he is right. Honestly, Garrett would probably be a top coach in the market because Cliff Kingsbury is coaching out there.
Wow.
So you never know.
First year,
you never know.
First year coach. Come on, man.
I agree with you, Dad. I think, he's basically just saying, I got your back still. We're first place in the division. We got a big game coming up this week. Just get these guys in their shape and get them winning games, and we'll be all right.
When you're talking about job security, they have your back until they don't have your back. Exactly. Like, that's how it works. It just is.
2-minute drill time. Here's the question, as Dave is in his dark green. Are the Eagles,
it's just a shirt,
the Cowboys' biggest rival? And I feel weird even bringing this up knowing that we just played the Packers and that one feels nasty as well. But this one gets pretty ugly in the stands.
Let's go ask the player. Barry, tell us.
Yeah, I would have to say, for me it was Green Bay, but for now I would have to say it's Philly. They're the team that's in the way of them getting into the division and getting into the playoffs right now. So I say as of right now, this is their biggest rival.
Yeah, last year we heard Camus Grugier-Hill. How did he pronounce his name?
I totally forgot he even existed.
Remember
to be honest
him?
with you.
He was a linebacker. He was talking smack to this team. He said that they were the ultimate choke artist. Cowboys win. And now we see that the coach this week is saying that. So, yes, he said clearly he was not guaranteeing a win against the Cowboys, but he was guaranteeing to motivate these Cowboys. Jason Witten's back. He wasn't back here last year. He's ready to go again against the Eagles.
I admire the Eagles' willingness to speak their minds, because every year at this time, they talk about how much they don't like the Cowboys. And yes, the answer is obviously yes. Like, this has been the 2 best teams in the division for the last 5-6 years. It obviously changes. You go back to 07, 08, 2010, 2011, it's Cowboys-Giants. Giants haven't been good in 5 years. Same thing, Washington hasn't been good in 25 years. That is dead and gone until further notice. But it's been nasty between the Eagles and Cowboys for at least 6 years. Looks like it's going to stay that way. Add the element of Carson Wentz and Dak getting drafted at the same time, this one's not going anywhere anytime soon.
I just feel like it's just the pure disdain. Like, people just truly do not like each other on the other side of the ball.
I wish the Cowboys would acknowledge it the same way the Eagles do. Like, and it's a Jason Garrett thing.
Classy.
Are we, or
we're classy.
We're just process or I don't know. I wish there was a.
What were those bus
College
rides
teams
like
aren't afraid.
into the?
Oh, man, they were rough.
Into the stadium. What were you seeing out there in the
Man,
Philly
all
streets?
types of birds being flipped towards you. I mean, it was a hostile environment.
2014, they were throwing eggs at the bus. Yeah, that was great.
Full beer cans at other fans visiting.
Oh yeah, no, Philly Week is a special one, and the shirt has nothing to do with it. Leave me alone.
Reverse psychology. Out of time
Seriously.
today, guys. We'll be back again tomorrow. Is tomorrow Thursday?
Yeah.
Thursday for another episode.
Cover 4.
Look at all the people helping us out. Thank you.